Hey up guys, it's the Yorkshire Pudding. There's different types of players in Old School RuneScape, and how you choose to play RuneScape can tell you a lot about yourself. This is my third video in the series, What Your Old School RuneScape Playstyle Says About You. I've linked the first two in the description below, starting off with the guy who still plays like it's 2007. He quit the game when the evolution of combat came out and has only recently rediscovered the game he loved playing as a kid, RuneScape. Except he's now a dad and has a full-time job, and RuneScape is now Old School RuneScape, which is set in 2007. So instead of engaging with all the new content with his limited available time, he sticks to what he knows, like chopping yews or maples and fishing for sharks for money. His combat level is around 85 and is still rocking a granite body and a dragon scimitar. Once every blue moon he decides to get a bit daring. He goes to Barrows, but instead of using the minigame teleport, Mart on your legs, Barrows teleport tablet or player own house portal, he makes his way from Varrock East Bank after gearing up and runs all the way through Canifis, the swamps, and eventually reaching Barrows. He's not up to date with any of the modern methods and he's fine with that. He's not got the time or interest like he used to. He's content with grinding out 53 thieving for desert treasure and leaving it at that. Next we have the guy who believes RuneScape is too easy. He's an elitist. If Jagex made an item that dropped at a rate of 1 in 2 million and you needed 3 of them to progress your account, he'd defend it. No to any quality of life updates. No to buffing old or even dead training methods. The game is just perfect how it is, except for how easy it is, of course. If Jagex proposed doubling the drop rates of all unique items in the game tomorrow, it'd say triple it. Number 3, the doomsayer. RuneScape is dying. Every new update is bad. Sailing is boring. Mastering mixology is click intensive and annoying. Well, even a broken clock is right twice a day. But this guy is miserable, yet he loves playing the game. Or is it that he loves hating the game? I'm not quite sure. I don't really understand this guy. He plays the game regardless of how much it sucks. If you make content too easy, he says it's pandering to the noobs. If it's too hard, he says the game has become too elitist. If Jagex made the content just right like Goldilocks porridge, well, he'd just disagree and tell you to stop simping for Jagex. If RuneScape was dying, then it's been resurrected as it reached its highest ever player count this year. Number 4 are the world firsters, or speedrunners. I'm putting them in the same category. Now I don't know how YouTube feels about me talking about this, so I'll describe it a different way. You know, in a nightclub, yeah, where everyone's drinking except that one guy, but he's not sober either. In fact, he's the most energetic guy in the room. Well, if you took him out of this room and placed him in front of a computer chair and forced him to play RuneScape, these are your speedrunners. In fact, it's in the name. This guy was researching sailing methods before the skill was even announced. The fact that sailing was maxed with only 4 days of release is insane, and it's not as if it's a fast skill to train either. I mean, you've got to respect that, but at the same time, I just couldn't do it. I like my sleep way too much. Number 5, the girl. There's 3 types of girls in Old School RuneScape actually. There's the girl who plays because her boyfriend does. There's the girl who took it upon herself one day to give RuneScape a go. These are the rare Pokemon type, hard to find in the wild, and the reason being is because of the last type of girl that plays, the GIRL, guy in real life. And this is by far the main type of girl in this category. It started back in the day when people realised that having a female character often meant getting free stuff from desperate noobs. It's around the same time when the buying girlfriend meme was born. Guys would offer to buy a girlfriend in Varrock Bank or Faladar Park and then shower her with gifts. Guys quickly realised that they could change the character to a female to take advantage of this, asking for high prices in exchange for being the RuneScape girlfriend, and of course demanding gifts. The most dedicated of these kept this up for months, if not years. Number 6, the collector. He collects useless items that nobody else wants or cares for. Back in the day before the Grand Exchange, there was a guy who collected cabbages by picking them himself, and he ended up forming an in-game cult, which I've spoke about in one of my previous videos. But there's also guys who even today buy and collect burnt fish. The thing about burnt fish is that you cannot sell it on the Grand Exchange, with most people just dropping the burnt fish and or out leveling the food whilst they're cooking so they stop burning them altogether. Obtaining burnt food is actually not as easy as most other items in game, so collectors use this to show off the huge collections they've gathered over the years. If you have a decent amount of burnt fish in your own bank right now, try going to World 2 in the Grand Exchange and advertise the fact that you're selling burnt food. It's never taken me over a minute to find someone who's willing to buy. You'll be surprised how much you can actually make from it, especially if you're low level with limited funds. Some burnt food are worth more than others depending on the rarity, with a lot of lower level fish generally being more expensive as people out level them before they've had time to burn as many as they would have done in the long grindy higher levels. Collectors are a strange breed, and if I was to picture what one of these guys looked like, it'd be like that old lady from Labyrinth. Now we have the hoarder. Speaking of the old woman from Labyrinth, this is her brother. This guy doesn't collect specific items, he collects every item. item. He keeps everything he picks up just in case, but he's been saying this for the past 10 years and the same items are still sitting in his bank unused. He's always running out of bank space and his bank layout is a massive mess. But you know what? He woke up one day and decided enough's enough. And he watched the guide I made where I show you how to unfuck your bank. Now he's got rid of all his junk items, made use of extra available storage facilities and ultimately organised it in a way where he can easily find what he needs. And if you're the hoarding type and want to fix your bank, I posted a link in the description or at the end of this video for you to check out. Number 8, we have the Dr. Doolittle, the type of player who can't get enough of pets. He'll spend months and months grinding for a single pet, and in some cases watching his clanmates spoon the very pet he's looking for after only a few kills of the boss, or receiving a skilling pet below level 70. The Dr. Doolittles of the world are usually max players who fancy another challenge, animal lovers in real life, and female players. Specifically the rare Pokemon type and the type whose boyfriend also plays RuneScape. The guy in real life types are looking for a different type of cat. The Lumbridge enthusiast. Lumbridge is his favourite town in RuneScape. He loves it so much he gets a one-way ticket there every single day. We all know a guy like this. Number 11, the fashionscaper. Gaining levels is important, but looking fabulous is more important. He prioritises looks over efficiency, because what's the point in having 99 strength if your outfit is like so last year? Next we have the I'll start raiding soon guy. He's been saying this for the past 5 years and he still hasn't touched a single raid. I get that you wanting to wait for the perfect time, but you know what? The perfect time never comes. Sometimes you just have to throw yourself into the deep end and give it a shot. If you're lacking friends, do Tombs of a Massacre or join a clan. If you're lacking skill, try practicing at the Corrupted Gauntlet. It's a great way to learn a range of mechanics, managing time, resources, and ultimately getting you ready for the high level end content. If you're lacking gear, just buy a bomb. I mean, try it on a budget setup. You may be surprised how well you do with just a fang and some high level gear, but not necessarily max level gear. You definitely do not need ultra rares to raid, they just help. Now we have the ones who take clans too seriously. Everyone wants a functioning clan, but they shouldn't be run like it's the Burthorpe military. If you want to know exactly what I'm talking about with this player type, type into YouTube, after you've commented on this video and subscribed to this channel of course. Chaotic Parish Council Zoom meeting goes viral. You may have already seen it. That's the player type I'm talking about here, but instead of a local parish council run by old folks, these individuals decided to start a RuneScape clan. Now we have the guy who starts arguments at Wintertodt. We all know this guy. Honestly, if you ever watch The Big Bang Theory or Rick and Morty and feel like your IQ is getting a little too high, just spend a couple of hours at Wintertodt. You'll definitely lose a few brain cells. The combined IQ in that place is just below room temperature. It's often a place where people chat absolute bollocks for hours on end, but there's one guy who decides to spice things up again whenever things get a little too quiet. Whenever the brazier goes out, you're supposed to light the fire again, but this guy has a different way of stoking the flames. Donald Trump. That's all he has to say. He pulls out the popcorn and just sits back. Next up we have the leech, the one who gets carried into raids by all his teammates. He contributes the bare minimum but of course gets an equal split of the spoils. Even better when he's an Iron Man and gets a rare drop so he can't even split it. He's the first to die, last to enter the room and has the lowest damage. If you know a guy just like this, please send him this video. And if you're the guy who's just been sent this video by your mate, then you've essentially watched this entire video just to find out that your mate has set you up this whole time. Sorry bro. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this series. If you can think of any other RuneScape player stereotypes or playstyles, I'd love to see them in the comments down below so that we can all roast them in the comments section. Anyway, I'll see you later.